Hello, my darling friends. Jenny Lee here. And today I have a very important word for you that is really the center of success. Can you guess what that word is? Okay, I'll tell you. Persistence. Persistence is the number one thing that you must have to really be successful. I mean, think about it. Everything that you've achieved in your life, you've had to be persistent about. I mean, it's really a strong focus is what persistence is. You don't give up for any reason. You don't give up. And persistence is something that millionaires have in common. I mean, there's no millionaires who are self-made millionaires who say, "Oh, I just coasted along and I just had the easiest time and I just had such a good work-life balance." BS. Nobody's heard that from a self-made millionaire. Because if you're self-made, meaning you built something from the ground up, then you have had to be persistent. And maybe that is what is holding a lot of you back is persistence, because let's say you're in a career where you have a job and you have a task, and you don't really have to be persistent. You just have to perform. If that's the case, then you're not going to be persistent about things because you're used to coasting along. Now, let's think about maybe you're a nurse. This is my favorite analogy because I love nurses. I'm so thankful for them. But if you're a nurse, I mean, you have to be persistent when you're taking care of a patient. Or maybe it's just a job where it's routine, depending on what your work experience is. And maybe your job wears you out to the point to where you don't have any energy left to be persistent on your time off. But I'm here to tell you that in order to be set free, meaning you can make any choice you want to make about what you do, where you live, where you work, then you're going to have some persistence. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get out there and hustle, hustle, hustle. No, I'm not saying that. I'm really saying this is pretty easy. But what I'm saying about the persistent part is that you have to create a plan. That's the number one thing that has to happen before anything happens, is you have to create a plan. So, as you know, I've created the Millionaire 10-Year Plan, which you can get free at my website, millionaire10yearplan.com. And it's where I'm explaining how it works, and I'm showing you on the documents how it works. But anyway, that is what I mean by a plan. You have got to have a plan. What do I want to achieve? I want to be a millionaire. How am I going to get there? And then put the plan in place and then work it. And here's where the persistence comes in, is you've got to be consistent about accomplishing the goals. And you can become a millionaire without it being too complicated. As a matter of fact, I can teach you how to set the people in place in your life to just make it happen. And you can become independent and free. And I'm not saying you have to quit your job. Well, I'm saying don't quit your job until you become a millionaire, if at all. You may love your job, and that's wonderful. But I'm just saying, when you retire, when you're tired of that job, or you would like to do a different job, I want you to have the freedom to do so. And you're never going to have that freedom unless you're independent. You're not. I mean, as long as you're comfortable in a job and you're coasting along, trust me, one day something happens. Either, another pandemic, or, health issues, or age, or family members. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen that can throw you off your course. And so you want to be financially independent so that if something throws you off your course, you're not going down the tubes with it. Okay? So my goal is to teach you, the everyday person, how to be free. Think about it. Most people who are teaching financial independence, real estate investing, all these things, are chasing the people with money. I'm chasing the people who are out there working for their money. And I can teach you how to take a small amount of money and turn it into $1 million net worth. This is very doable. This is very doable. And I want you to do it for yourself, because there's going to come a day that you'll thank God that you did. And with that, go to my website, millionaire10yearplan.com, and I hope your day's fabulous.